Come check out the brand new models for Death Guard and Space Marines. Spiky Bits. What's up, Hobby Maniacs? Rob Baer with you again today, taking a closer look at the new models for Plague Marines and the Primaris. Of course, we got the Reivers, the new sculpts for the Plague Marines, the new sculpts for the Poxwalkers, and believe it or not, the Intercessors in here are actually new sculpts as well, from what I can tell. It's crazy. It's raining new miniatures. Now, each one of these boxes is $15. They call them ETB, that's easy to build, but what you and I know them as, of course, is push fit. Because technically they're designed to go together without glue. Aimed at, I don't know, younger people or something like that. I don't know what Games Workshop markets this stuff for, but here it is. And of course, they're kind of throwing a twist on it, even though it is easy to build and quite possibly marketed towards a different crowd than what we're used to at the game store. These are previously unavailable miniatures with, rules that everybody seems to have an opinion about. The Death Guard come with the Blight Launcher, which previously is unavailable as well. Poxwalkers, new styles, and Intercessors, new styles as well. So kind of the best of both worlds here. Something for veterans and something for new players alike, and an easy to build configuration. So let's take a look. Run through the Plague Marines first. Here you can see, yes, they are indeed easy to build. The Poxwalkers, actually, some of them are just like a complete onesie, one piece right there. So it includes rules, easy to assemble guide, very much similar to what we saw for Age of Sigmar just a few weeks ago with their easy to builds. Here it is, 3 32mm bases. You've got the colored plastic. We saw this with the new No Fear starter, but there was, just a colored plastic version of what we saw in the Dark Imperium. So you can tell right here, very easy to assemble. How about that? Backpack, arms in some cases, and the head, which might be separate or might be attached to the front torso right there. So, no, I was like, where is my instructions? Here are my instructions. So there they are, very easy to put together. Dun dun dun. And then there's some color suggestions, and of course, what I consider to be the correct size for a game aid on the tabletop right here. A nice, small, concise data card. Nothing too big like we're seeing in the First Strike box. Something nice and respectable. I would buy a deck of these all day, every day for the faction I was playing, just to have to flip out on the tabletop, very similar to what Privateer Press does. So Games Workshop, take note. This is what we want. This is what we really, really want. At least I do. So this is what Rob wants. Give it to me. Give it to me. Been after these things for years. But they keep putting them out in the wrong size, and it makes me sad. So it's a multi-language kind of doodad right here. There's the first one. 1 down, 3 to go. Let me pack this bad boy away. And then, of course, the Poxwalkers with the new poses. And they're going to come with a little plastic miniature bag of bases. And then here they are. You can see they are indeed very easy to build. These two duders down here are all one piece. This duder is only a front and back, another front and back and a head, just a front and a back, just a front and a back, and an extra arm right there. So all sorts of variant things. And boom, another sensibly sized game aids. Give it to me. I want it. And then there's the miniatures themselves. Again, in that OD Nurgle green color. Booyah, the great. I mean, I don't feel like they're slouching on detail here. I feel like it's just, it's just an easy to build kind of push fit type deal. Hey, look, this slot goes into these sockets. It doesn't get any easier than that, folks. I feel like besides shaving off any mold lines that might actually be exposed, they seem to be very good at hiding them in cracks and stuff and undercuts and places that you would not normally see. I feel like that's pretty good. And then the Space Marine Intercessors. Now, a lot of people are looking at this and they're like, oh, cool, they put like a new dude in here with the bolt rifle up in the air and holding the Auspex, but what about these other two? Well, these other two actually look like they are brand new redesigned miniatures, or if not, if they have the CAD files, they most definitely have the CAD files, because this guy is this guy that comes with the new start collecting Start Playing magazine for $8. Comes with that right there, and you'll see here in a second. I swear, Shakira's hips are not lying. Comes with bases and a decal sheet, but you don't care about any of that. You just want to see the miniatures. So here they are right here. Flip it around, you can see, hey, look at that guy. I feel like I've seen him somewhere before. Oh, that's right. Most definitely the same exact pose. This one has a slaughter base, this one does not. Very interesting. All of the paths and poses and icons match up, and then you've got his bolt rifle, which is just the arm socket itself, which is going to be right there, and then more of the pieces over here that go with him, and then there is his head. So if you weren't convinced that Games Workshop has a click and or cut and paste or click and drag kind of way of arranging these sprues and making new versions of existing product, well, the proof is in the pudding right here, because that is most definitely the same exact miniature in a different format with slight tweaks and slight repositions on the sprue, and texture base versus no texture base right there. So booyah, CSI Robbie B strikes again. Okay, as far as the pose and the rules go, well, here it is right here. Nothing too super crazy. Again, these are actually new poses. We just saw that one, right? So this guy right here with the bolter is actually new. I couldn't match him up to any of the existing miniatures. The telltale sign is the little purity seal right there. And if you think, hey, I saw that guy, you just showed it to me in a different video, well, he is actually different. The buzzcut guy that comes in the Dark Imperium box that is painted up here with his little symbol, painted by Hero Hammer Studios, has the helmet on his left hip. On here, it's in his right hip. There's an ammo bag right there. Over here, well, actually, that might be a bolt pistol. I can't tell what it is, but either way, it's on the wrong side. And then, of course, the bolter, the new Primaris bolt rifle, is angled down, whereas this one is angled up on this miniature. So again, proof is in the pudding. These are very similar, yet subtly changed miniatures right there. And then, of course, the appropriate size data sheet for all the good boys and girls out there. By all the good boys and girls, I mean just me. Give it to me, Games Workshop. I want to buy all of your data sheet bundle boxes. But of course, don't give it to me until you put out the Codex book. And then last but certainly not least are the new Reivers. Dun dun dun. This is what's driving the internet crazy. People were angry about squad size, then they weren't angry about squad size. Then they saw Spanish rules, then they saw English rules, and now we have it all right here. So here's the little transfer sheet, which you don't care about. You just want to see the miniatures, which I don't blame you. But we're not going to show those to you yet because we are a tease. So here they are. Here's how they go together. You can see right here that, again, easy to build, push fit, whatever you want to call it. It's all very easy to assemble. But what you might not have noticed in a lot of the pictures is, guess what? They actually don't have a right shoulder pad, believe it or not. They only have a left shoulder pad. So they're like a cross between a Primaris and a Space Marine Scout. Because remember, Scouts don't have shoulder pads either. And then, of course, once again, an appropriate sized data sheet game aid card that you can cut out and use on the tabletop right there. So there's the rules. I'll let you figure it out. We've talked enough about that on the site itself. Shock grenades are interesting. Abilities also interesting right there. I don't know if they meant turn right here or if they meant battle round. Either way, it's still okay in my book until they come out and they say, hey, we messed up. So there it is. There's the sprue itself. You can see the crazy combat blades, the crazy bolt pistol, bolt rifle, pistol, thingamabobbers, duders, whatever you want to call them. Over here, you're going to get the really cool front torsos in detail, of course, in the ultramarine blue plastic, with all the greaves, all the extra grenades, all the things to make them cool. So I don't know where you are on the fence, but I feel like for $15, of course, feel free to vote with your own actual hobby dollars. But for $15 for 3 miniatures, of course, you get more of the Poxwalkers themselves. I feel like that might be a good value, but again, vote with your hobby dollars. Who knows if they'll come out with actual multi-pose of the Primaris set right here. But when you start adding up the costs of what comes in the 53 miniatures or whatever it is that comes in the Dark Imperium box versus the 3 miniatures for $15, well, I think there's definitely value to be noticed after you do the math there. So that is all I got to say about that. Now, these miniatures are actually the ones that also come in the First Strike box, which is in another review video here on the channel, so make sure you check that one out. This is only $40, so you can already do math. Hey, that's $60 worth of miniatures in the $40 box right here. Seems like that is also good value. Maybe I'll look at doing that. So make sure you check out that video as well. So we'll leave it there. I will invite you, if you like these features here on the channel, make sure you subscribe to us. Turn on notifications so you can be the very first to like and comment on our videos, and head on over to thelongwar.net. That's the home of the 8th edition battle reports for exclusive content, early access videos, and more. Become a veteran of the Long War today.